Yo, 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 guys, it is Old Man G here back again with another weekly Red Devil Live podcast. I'm joined by Josh, Ahmed, Damien. We're going to be reviewing the round of 16 Champions League, as well as a few talking points from the Europa League. But before we get into it, remember if you're new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, X, and smash that notification button for latest United news. Although we're going to be talking about Europe right now and less about United in this Red Devil Live podcast episode. So first and foremost, how is everybody doing? How is everybody doing?
Not bad at all.
Good man. We take the dub.
Well, like Damon has literally just disappeared. I was like, bro, man, come on. We can at least start with PSG versus Barcelona. So I'm gonna park that for 1 second and just see what, and just maybe he'll come back because we need to have that conversation. I think it was a massacre. It was a massacre, and we are going to be talking about that. We are going to talk about Haaland versus Mbappe as well. But while we wait for Damon to come back, who I'm assuming will be back, despite the fact this team took a massive L. Shout out to Christian Avina in the comments. Appreciate it, brother. Let's actually start with something. Let's start with Dortmund. Actually, Dortmund. Because Dortmund versus Sevilla, I thought this was going to be tight, close, and to a certain extent it was. But Dortmund got the dub, in particular because of this man, Erling Haaland, and obviously Jadon Sancho. So I'm going to go straight to Josh. Actually, Dortmund versus Sevilla. Like, what did you think about this game? Were Dortmund winners? Were you surprised that Dortmund won this? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I was a little bit actually. A little bit actually because I think in the predictions, I said Dortmund's defense is trash, which it still is, but they did still concede two. But I mean, it was the Haaland and Sancho show. Haaland is generational. There's no two ways about it. This guy is a serious finisher. He's going to be breaking records for a long time. This guy. But they still conceded two, which is still worrying because I would say they pretty much dominated that game. Sevilla got the early goal, and kind of sat back. But Dortmund turned up the heat. It'll be interesting to see in the reverse leg. I don't know where they're playing that. I don't know if anyone has that information, but it will be very interesting. I was surprised, honestly. I thought Sevilla would win or maybe a draw. I think I predicted. I can't remember. But we'll see if they have a good enough defense in the return leg, because obviously Dortmund had the away goals. So.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's obviously it's 3-2, so obviously Sevilla have to score two goals. Which given Dortmund's defense is definitely possible. Ahmed, obviously, as an outsider, what are your thoughts on this? Were you surprised? Haaland, what were your thoughts on this game?
To be honest, I didn't watch the full game because I watched the Juventus game. But
yeah,
I thought that Sevilla would win this game just because of how bad Dortmund's defense is. And they were pretty bad in the league when they played this game. So I was pretty shocked. But I just think when I looked back at the highlights and things, I just think they couldn't stop Haaland. Because the guy was a machine. They just couldn't stop him. So I think it's purely down to him. The way he just drove through that defense and finished that, I don't know how he did it. So I think it's individual brilliance from Haaland, mostly. And then I think Dortmund was good on the counter-attacks as well. But a bit disappointed by Sevilla, to be honest.
Fair enough. Damon, are you still there? You said I think you said back in about 5 minutes. Okay, he's gone. Okay, fine. So I guess just thinking about like the next leg, obviously next is going to be obviously Dortmund are home. Where that home is, I've got no idea, given how UEFA are screwing with things. Does anyone see Sevilla making a comeback against this Dortmund side, or do you think that Dortmund have got this all sorted? Haaland is just, when I'm going to talk about later on the stream, is just too good. Is there any hope for Sevilla? This is the point I'm trying to make, Josh.
I don't think so.
Well, Krishna says Lopetegui masterclass incoming.
You never know. Like I said last week, Sevilla are, the kings of the Europa League, and they have experience winning trophies, European trophies. Don't think they've ever won the Champions League, but you never know. Champions League. I don't know how many of the predictions we actually got right if you watch back the tapes, but it just shows you how unpredictable the Champions League is. It doesn't matter how much you're dominating your league, or it doesn't. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. Barcelona got whooped. Juventus got beat. Didn't score. Wait, I think they might have got an away goal. I can't remember now.
They got an away goal.
Yeah. So it's just you never really know at the end of the day, and that's the beauty of European football. It's one of those things. It's more passionate than anything else. Of course, tactics. Certain managers are more tactically astute in these games, but at the end of the day, like my man just said there, it was the Haaland show, and if you can't stop certain players, you've got no chance. Some players can just be unplayable on their day.
Krishna makes a good point. I just want to bring Ahmed. I guess you didn't really watch the game, but like Koundé versus Haaland to watch out. Koundé was playing in the game, and
that's what I was thinking. Wasn't Koundé playing in the first leg?
He was playing in the first leg, and I mean he was all right, but
Diego Carlos is a fraud, but Koundé was okay. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Red Devil.
Yeah, go for it.
The thing with Koundé is, I think he's a good defender, but I never saw him as a world-class defender in all the aspects. Because I think he's a good ball-playing defender and good with his feet. But I don't know if he can handle a player like Haaland, the big striker, pacey striker. Because there isn't many of them in the La Liga right now. So
fair enough.
That's the thing. I think he got a bit exposed in that game, to be honest.
Fair enough. No, that makes a lot of sense. Damon, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm back, bro.
Okay. What are your thoughts on obviously? Well, what were your thoughts? Were you surprised that Dortmund won this game against Sevilla?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't really expect, Dortmund to surprise Sevilla and just, come to their crib and, say what's up.
Okay.
And it also shows that sometimes individual quality of players can be better than, a good, all around team, and a system. Yeah, but I said 3-1 to Sevilla. I got that totally wrong. But yeah, listen, I like being wrong with my predictions in Champions League. I like when teams prove me wrong. It's the fun of it, even if I get most of my predictions wrong. At least I'm not betting, but yeah. I guess shout out to Dortmund.
Can I ask you a question, Damon?
Yeah.
Is the La Liga finished now?
For who? For us?
The La Liga, like as a whole. Sevilla losing, Barcelona losing, Real Madrid getting lucky, Real Sociedad losing.
You could say the same thing for Serie A because no Serie A team won in the first leg. All of them.
And I forgot
lost.
Atletico as well. They lost as well.
Yeah.
So Kelston Army, shout out. Yes, Kelston Army, shout out. Thank you for watching on Twitch. Really appreciate it. So go on, guys.
Yeah. Look, it's a small sample size this season. The La Liga is in a decline, I think. You've seen that even in the Europa League, Sociedad got absolutely obliterated by Man U by their direct, attack and, the counter. So, and it could be also a thing of, Barca and Real Madrid not having, the technically gifted players like, Iniesta, Xavi, a prime Modric, a prime Cruz, all of these great ball playing midfielders. So I think it's a little bit too early to call.
Okay.
But I do think that sooner or later, La Liga is not going to be dominate as they were last decade.
Fair enough. Red Devil Lab. I know you've been in the comments. Did you watch the Dortmund Sevilla game? What were your thoughts on it?
To be honest, I was surprised Dortmund got the win because they don't have the best defense in the world, with Hummels and Zagadou and stuff. But I didn't watch it, but I was shocked by the result.
Okay, fair enough. And do you think that Sevilla, because obviously the away leg is back in the Dortmund, do you think that Sevilla have a chance of getting past this Dortmund side, or do you think the quality that Dortmund have with Haaland, with Sancho, even Bellingham to a certain extent, so he actually had a good game from what I saw, do you think that Sevilla have a chance, or do you think it's game over, Dortmund will be fine?
I think Sevilla do have a chance, but the chances of it are unlikely because they have Dortmund have good goal scorers like Haaland and Sancho, and yeah, like you said, Haaland, Sancho, and Bellingham. They also have Brandt and Royce there, quite good as well.
That's true. Fair enough. Well, let's put this Dortmund conversation to a side. Let's talk about what the big thing was. And now I know this was like last week, but it's good that Ahmed and Damien are here because we do need to talk about this. We really do need to talk about this and just the implications for both clubs going forward. Ahmed, I watched a clip of you. Well, I was there actually, where you basically said that there is no way on your life that PSG are going to bottle this. I hope for your sake that doesn't happen. I really, 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 really do, because it can't happen. But what were your thoughts ultimately on this game? Because obviously there was a lot of talk about Mbappe and what he did, and that's fair because he did score a hat-trick. But do you think that it was just solely Mbappe or the whole team, or like what? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, if we lose, you won't see me for a long time. I'm just saying. It wasn't solely Mbappe. I think it was a team performance. Throughout this week, I've been memeing Barcelona. I've been slandering them. But you know what? I think I need to be more serious now because I have a friend. He hasn't called me for a week, or he doesn't answer my calls when I call him. I think he's depressed, so I don't want to banter Barcelona fans anymore. But in terms of the game, I honestly think it's just different class. Throughout the manager, the team, I just think the PSG team is finally complete now.
Mm-hmm.
There are areas we need to improve, like the fullbacks, but it comes with time. We can't address everything in one summer or 2 summers.
Mm.
I think we need to give a lot of credit to the centre backs. I think they kept the players pretty quiet. Marquinhos, I found, was excellent. As I said before, Marquinhos is one of our most important players. Just look at the pass he made to Kurzawa to the first goal. It was beautiful. I think Kurzawa had a decent game. I think it was pretty bad defensively, but decent. Florenzi was pretty good. He assisted one of the goals. I thought Paredes was absolutely incredible, in my opinion.
Yes,
because
I agree.
I also said it before. Paredes is so important to Pochettino's system because Pochettino, he likes to play with a lot of forward and the fullbacks up on front, and then Paredes making those through balls or the long passes. And you saw it because he has very good passing. So, and you saw it in the Florenzi assist, the way he passed Florenzi. It was beautiful. And I really don't have to say much about Marco because everybody know what he did that game. And I was telling you this for weeks, and all I heard is, "Who's Marco?" This guy bottled the game against Sweden and couldn't go to the World Cup. Yes. I told you guys, this guy is different breed, the best midfielder in the world. No one can compare to him.
We just didn't want to give him the nickname because we knew what happens with nicknames. That was why we didn't want to curse him. So that was the reason. But anyway, go on.
And then I thought Moise Kean was excellent. But Moise Kean, I think, has been a bit overhyped. People think we should sign him for 50-40 million. The guy isn't that good. He had a good game, but he's still like a Lukaku or
He's a good.
And
Would you say he's a good squad player? He's a good
yes, he's
squad
a very good
player.
squad player because his touch is very bad. His ball control is very bad. He isn't that talented player. He's more of the workhorse. He will like run for the team. That's the way I will explain him. So I wouldn't say he's a future number 9 for PSG. Never. No. But it would be a good signing for like 25, 30 million. And then I thought Icardi had a bad game. That was the only guy I would say had a bad game. And obviously Mbappe scoring a hat-trick. Excellent game. But I really thought that, as I say, it's different class between PSG and Barcelona right now. Look at their manager, Koeman, and look at Poch. First of all, Poch set up perfectly. He made the right substitutions in the right times. When I watched the game, I can make a comparison with the PSG United one. We saw Fred going around tackling people, showing that soon he will get a red card. What did Oli do? Nothing, because he doesn't have the experience. He don't know about this. But Poch took out Idrissa Gueye at the 45-minute mark because he knew one more tackle he would get a red card. And that completely changed the game because we can play our game now, being aggressive as we wanted. And just Koeman, like his substitution didn't make sense. You're 3-1 down. You still have a chance in the second leg. Why do you take off your centre back and put De Jong as a centre back? And why does Busquets still play? I don't understand this kind of thing.
I'm gonna ask Dame that question. I don't actually understand how Busquets is still playing for Barcelona at the highest level. I really, he should have retired at least 3 seasons ago. I don't really get it. But just looking at this corner, Christian and Nut said, presumably Neymar will be back for the second leg. Do you see that as the kind of final nail in the coffin to Barcelona when Neymar comes back, and you expect something like? Could you see an 8-2 lubrication happening?
I don't think it would be a high-scoring game. I think we will win, but not a 4-0 or 5-0. I think it will be like a 2-0 game, pretty quiet. Because I don't think Barcelona want to get embarrassed again. I don't think they will go all gun blazing or as they always do. Another thing I don't understand. And it feels like Barcelona, they just lost. They just lost. Like none of their players want to work hard for a team. There are few, but people like Griezmann and Dembele, ridiculous. Like if you look at the goals we scored, it was basically because Griezmann and Dembele didn't want to defend. Yes, so we had a lot of space in the fullbacks. The fullbacks had a lot of space. It's ridiculous. So I just think it's a complete mess. I think the manager isn't good enough in Barcelona. I think the players are trash. The players don't want to work hard. So yeah, we were just different class compared to Barcelona.
I agree. So Damien, obviously I don't want you to relive the trauma. It happened like almost 2 weeks ago now. But I guess the simple question is like, what would you say was the major reason why you lost to Barcelona, and can this tie be salvaged in your opinion?
Well, first, I'm already numb to this pain. I mean, after the 3 lubrications 3 years ago, I'm kind of used to this now. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna turn over the tie. I think after Mbappe getting that hat trick, like the tie's over. To be honest, I'll just play the old players, leave the kids, and let them get lubricated, and try and salvage some of the kids' mentality so they don't also get lubricated. So yeah, I mean, listen, PSG played a good game. All of their players, they all had a point to prove. Whether that be from last year's, loss in the CL final, or when we beat them 6-1 a couple of years ago. But yeah, it's another knock for us. The first time we'll get out of the round of 16, the first time since I think 2008 or 2007.
Yeah, it must be before Messi era, if I'm correct.
I think it was right after we won the Champions League against Arsenal. and we got knocked out in the round of 16. We always
Yeah.
make, the final 8.
Yeah.
So, that would suck, obviously. But, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking.
Damn, bro, you sound sad, bro. Bro, you sound sad. Damn. I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. At least you're in the Champions League. My team isn't, so I can.
Well, we're gonna get
that.
to Arsenal later in the podcast because I think I need the conversation about what happened with Benfica and what Arteta doing or what have you. But let me just quickly read some comments just before we go into it. Shout out to Average Joe in the comments, by the way. Thank you for dropping by. There was one comment I wanted to jump up. Krishna says PSG were too fast for Barca's tactics. Krishna also says Marco Verratti is underrated. So, and I would agree with that.
Best midfielder in the world.
Is he?
Relax.
Is
Gundogan
he?
is better.
Tell him
Gundogan
what-
is better. Gundogan is better.
Oh my god, Gundogan. Please, man, come on.
He's been more consistent this season.
Only because he scored goals, but he plays like a
But-
striker right now.
Red Devil Walks says Barca are similar to Liverpool in a way, like both one of the teams both doing bad. Liverpool are still going to be in the Champions League, though. That's the only thing to say about that. Damien Barca versus Sevilla semi-final. Sevilla 2-goal advantage for Barca come back. That's
that's
Copa del Rey.
yeah. We actually play a double-header. We play them in the league tomorrow, and then we play them on Wednesday, I think, in the cup at home. So, I mean, I don't really think we're gonna win. That second goal killed the game or killed the tie. I mean, maybe if Messi has like another masterclass against them, because he usually turns up against Sevilla. He has like a great record. I mean, this guy scores like goals for fun against them. But yeah, I just don't think we can do it.
So basically, you're saying that Barcelona are going to probably be trophyless this season. Is that fair?
Yeah, pretty much. For the second time in a row.
Jeez, man. Alan says, well, Oliver Drew start for Chelsea against United. We're going to be doing a preview. I'm doing with, I think, Have Hope tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But we'll talk less United on here. Shout out to SSB, man. And Red, we have to pay 1.7 million if Cavani's contract is not renewed. Oh, okay. That seems like a scam. Adaj Raj says, why is Damien so sad? Everyone is feeling for you, man. Everyone is feeling like, oh man, look at what your team did. Look at what your team did to one of our regulars, man. This is not cool. It's not cool. Josh, just quick thoughts on this PSG Barca game before we move forward, and then Red Devil as well. So, what are your thoughts then, Josh?
By the way, Sour Patch Kids, best sweets ever. Anyway, quick little advertisement right there. It was, I wouldn't say it was predicted, but Barcelona the past couple of years, especially their showing against Bayern last year. The whole Messi saga, his contract, and it leaked how much he was earning. It's just a bad vibe around the club. A bunch of old players who, to be honest, I feel like PK still, loves the club and things like that. He's just not good enough. He's old now. These slow, like the last time I remember a really, really good, like notably slow centre back was probably Per Mertesacker. That's the last time I remember someone who was like known for being not that quick.
I think Maguire is slower.
Then who? Then
PK.
Mertesacker.
I think Maguire have records of being slow.
Is he really? Maguire doesn't look.
No, I don't know,
slow.
but
I
think he's a fridge, to be honest.
He relies on Bayern.
I've got to defend Maguire. I do think that Maguire would actually be better than Barcelona's defense. My opinion. Like because the thing is that like if you at least Longley looks like he's a bit quicker. So long as like Maguire plays with someone that's quicker than him, he's actually not that bad. The problem is that
Yeah,
Maguire
that's true.
and Lindelof are both slow. So
True.
it just if you put Maguire and PK together,
But Longlet is a clown, Red Devil.
There's no
The guy
way
is-
Longlet's
the guy is
French.
a
His decision making is poor.
He's
so
not French.
slow.
He can't be French. French
what
people,
happened?
like French
What
players are
happened
good.
to Antique? Can someone tell me what happened? Is he injured? What happened?
Well, what
He's also
happened
not
was that
French.
he was injured, and then when he came back, he actually had 2 good games. But then I think when he went to Granada, he made 2 mistakes. So and ever since then he's been absolutely shit.
So you think that Longlet is better than MTT?
I mean, they're both crap.
I think
I
the
mean,
best defender is Araujo.
Now relax. He's actually decent.
No, I say he's your best defender.
Oh, I thought you said he's my worst.
No.
I thought
He's
I
your
heard
best
worse.
defender. He's pretty good. I think you should build defense around him.
Who's that,
Yeah,
sorry?
he's
Araujo. He was
Oh,
injured
okay,
for
right.
me.
came from the academy.
Right.
Well, almost all of our players are coming from the academy.
Yeah. That's crazy though. But yeah, my original point, just
Go on.
yeah, the defense, like, you know, there's no you can't have a trash defense and win Champions League. Those days are
Come on,
over, you know.
Come on, core. If you're free, come on, core.
Come on,
Just
core.
or is it BD after Dortmund
Core.
won? Or
It's core.
it's Core, okay.
It's Core.
But yeah, man, it and I forgot who was saying it, but they were basically, I don't know if it was you, Damien, saying about it's Jordi Alba and inshallah to Messi. I forgot. I can't remember who was saying that. Like there doesn't seem. I mean, the goal you got was a penalty. That was kind of dubious. But you know, there didn't really seem a pattern of play. Griezmann had quite a few chances actually in the game. I'm surprised he couldn't put them away. Griezmann seemed to have lost all his confidence as well. Dembele, honestly, Dembele's kind of trash. Like he hasn't improved since he's gone to Barcelona. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if anyone else feels that way.
Season.
Right?
One decent season. Ever since then,
right.
He just got injured.
So I don't know if that's Bundesliga tax or he just gets injured all the time or he's not being coached well over there. I don't really know.
I think it's his attitude, to be honest.
Attitude? Yeah, I've heard he's a bit of a party boy.
And he just looks like like he doesn't care. I don't know how to explain it.
I mean, couldn't see him at like
It's kind of like Martial. He's
Yeah,
there's
a
like
little
don't
bit.
care attitude.
Yeah, because you know he's talented. Boy can use both feet. He's rapid, but sometimes when you have that talent, it kind of prevents you working hard. You know, the best players like Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at him, man. He's the hardest working player. Like,
But the thing is, let me just interject in the beginning because it's interesting because United in the transfer window actually were interested in signing him on loan. If you remember, that was one of the things we were trying to get him on loan as like a right wing or something. And he said that the impression I got was that he wanted to basically fight to stay at Barcelona. So it's very strange that he's not taking it seriously because Barca wanted to, I think, offload him. I think Koeman wanted to get someone else in, but he said he wanted to stay and fight. So I just find it strange that he's not. It doesn't look that he's actually fighting when he rejected a loan move from United because we needed obviously a right winger option because he wanted to fight for his place in his Barca side. He's not really done much. Damon, would you agree with that? Has he done anything?
Yeah, all he does is just run and lose the ball. That's all he does.
He doesn't have any final product in mind.
But it's weird. He did though. Like in his Dortmund days, and arguably he did. Like he for me at one point, for me he was better than Mbappe in terms of the talent and potential that he had.
I think he's more talented than Mbappe. Like ability-wise, I think he's better. But so overall, Mbappe is clear. That's the difference. Other things makes up for it.
Yeah, he's totally clear.
It could obviously be injuries. Maybe this was a situation where like he's just had so many injuries that he just can't play the best of his. We don't know.
If you look at Mbappe when he played against Barcelona, the mentality this guy have is incredible. Every time he got the ball, directly going for the goal, always moving, always try to do it, always try something to make something happen. He also defended a lot. If you watch the game, like the guy was up and down all the time. That's a difference, in my opinion. Like Mbappe want to be the best in the world. I think just Dembele likes the high wages that everybody gets in Barcelona. So he's just chilling.
Thank you for reminding me, Ahmed. I might bring that up later in the show. When I saw that last week, the amount that Antoine Griezmann is getting a week. Messi, I can understand. It's still ridiculous, but like I can be like, listen, the guy earned it. I understand. What Antoine Griezmann is on is actually fraudulent. It is actually fraudulent how much Antoine Griezmann is on at Barcelona.
He needs to be the second highest in the world, right?
He must be. Bro, I mean, Ronaldo. I don't know how much Ronaldo will be getting. I presume Ronaldo will be getting more.
No, I think he gets more than Ronaldo. But I can check it out.
Yeah, I think Ronaldo's like the highest.
Ronaldo is the highest paid.
No, Messi is definitely the highest paid.
Yeah. If Griezmann getting Ronaldo, that's. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what Barcelona football club were thinking. If that's just because, yeah. Let me quickly do some comments. We'll quickly move on. If Barca, I think if Barca played United, who would win? Well, we can't because we're in the Europa League and they're in the Champions League. So, I don't know. Who do you think would win if United played Barcelona?
United,
I think we'll be close.
Barcelona
isn't that bad. They're not the worst team in the Champions League. It's just, I think PSG had too much to give that game. I honestly think so.
Why is Zim not starting? We'll talk about that in the Chelsea United preview. Core says Bayern vs Lazio was played very well in the first half. They did. Chris, Lost Coach now. Shout out to Lost Coach now. We are going to talk about Chelsea versus Atletico slightly later on. And is Diego Simeone a fraud? Because if he bottles the La Liga and gets knocked out against Chelsea, is there something to be said about Diego Simeone? And is his tenure? Should it be up? Let me know, Coach. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Bro. Oh, sorry. Hello.
Hey, Core, you are. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just finish these comments. Sorry. Pedri, Frank De Jong, Messi, Stegen, and inshallah. Well,
relax. Don't call him Ding Dong. I respect the name.
I mean, all I can say is you're going to have to get that weird Oli Juju that he got in Paris 2 years ago. If you can summon something like that, then maybe there is.
I'm going to have to kill some goats.
Yeah.
Ollie's Juju, like, I genuinely think it might be real. Like, some of the things that's happening to Liverpool right now. Like, genuinely. Like, I'm not even being funny.
I think you got a really dope.
Weird things happening.
I read on Facebook. Thank you for watching, man. Heard it coming through. I see. Krishna says red card versus Arsenal. We're going to talk about that as well. And Loskin says we're still beating Chelsea. By the way, they didn't even play well. We just played trash and made them look decent when all the sideways and backwards passing, not one clear opportunity. That's fair. Although Simeone is still problematic. Anyway, let's quickly move on. I will read some of more of your comments. I think this is just important to quickly touch up upon, and that's what happened with Juve. I think this is one of the fixtures that I think probably the only result that really surprised people. Because I mean, Dortmund Sevilla, I think people thought it was going to be close. I think people did still expect Juve to beat Porto. Sorry, Porto to not lose to Juve. Juve were going to beat Porto. I think a lot of people expected that to happen, and it didn't. Ronaldo. Even I can put my hands up and say Ronaldo didn't do particularly much in this game. He really didn't. Is this because I think the question we're going to ask the panel, and I'll go straight to Josh with this, is that is this just because I was speaking to I think there's Juve fan, and it's like he just thinks that the team is just trash, it's just garbage, it's not good enough, or do you think that this is Pirlo's inexperience, given the fact that he just got his coaching badges from the road a few months ago? So it was a combination of both. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I think it's an experience. It's the same thing with Arteta. We'll go on to Arsenal later. Arsenal, to be honest, getting lucky. We had to reverse the cross Bukayo Saka and Inshallah towards the end of it. But it's the same exact thing with Arteta. You'll get these section of fans who are pretty much like a cult following, and so obviously Pirlo's a legend. So when he was appointed, there would have been some people like, yes, some Juve fans, like Pirlo's a legend. It's an emotional appointment. So you get those kind of emotions invested. But I mean, like you said, he only got his coaching badges not long ago, and it's the same exact thing with Arteta. But the difference is Arteta's not even he's not even a legend at Arsenal. I don't think he's even a legend at Everton. Like, is he a club legend anywhere, Arteta?
No, he's not. Don't worry, Josh. We'll get to Arsenal.
But it's just for the analogy, You can't. You could people call. I can understand Ollie's appointment, right? Because he's had 10 years experience. I get that he got relegated with Cardiff, whatever, but he still had that experience. He still, he won the Liga with Mulder. He's got experience managing. Managing isn't just winning trophies and this and this. If management was just about winning trophies, then why the heck did PSG get Poch?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, management's a hard job, man, and I'm sure getting Pirlo was probably more of like an interim thing. They fired Sarri. I'm sure there probably wasn't like a suitable replacement, and I'm sure Pirlo was probably the cheaper option too. These Italian.
What I don't understand is what's his name? Allegri was still available.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm sure he was the more expensive option. They like to cheap out some of these people. So that's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, he's. It just doesn't make any sense. Like he's.
Do you think Juve? Do you think Juve turn us around? They'll be at home. Do you think they'll turn it around though?
I mean, Porto's one of the easier teams. Let's be honest. They're a good side though. They're definitely a good side. But let's be honest, they're one of the easier teams. And he's definitely getting the sack if he can't overturn that deficit. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I had Porto as my dark horses, so I'm kind of rooting for that. I mean, I don't know what the prize is. Is there any prizes for getting to the final or winning? If your dark horse gets selected, we don't have a prize pool.
Maybe I should do that on the show, like some sort of like a
raffle.
Might get some Red Devil merch. That's
Red Devil merch. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The Red Devil merch.
It's not like Man United stuff.
No, it'll just be the logo. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Fine. Core, you said you need to be quick. What's up? You want to share something on Core?
Yes. So what I will say is, for the Barca PSG game, I think Barca's done out here. They're going to be mid-table come next season. Messi's not going to be there no more. The dynasty is over. I'm very sorry, but it's very sorry. I'm very sorry to hear this, but PSG is going to score more goals and they're going to go through. I think it's going to be 8-1 aggregate. 8-1 aggregate. Yeah.
Don't you have any respect for your exes?
Oh, sorry. Can you say it again?
Don't you have any respect for your ex?
For who? Messi?
Your ex teams in terms of Barcelona.
Oh, nah, they're not my ex team. They're not my ex team, man. Come on now, let's be real now. They're trash, man. They're mid-table team, so they're not going anywhere. Anyways, Dortmund, Sevilla. Sevilla is gonna win second leg. I think it's gonna be 4-3. 4-3 aggregate Sevilla. Actually, no, I think Sevilla won second. Like, I don't know how the aggregate will be. And then for Bayern game, we played really well in the first half. I'm scared though, because I think Lazio is going to score 3 and Bayern is going to score 0. So it's going to be 4-4 aggregate. Lazio go through on away goals. That's
Right.
my scale. But we played a really good game.
The reverse psychology.
I get the reverse. Yeah, I mean, it's but we know Bayern are essentially through. That's not even that's not even going to be in a debate. So, but it's seen that you're on here. Like we were going to talk about Bayern later, but like just briefly, like obviously that win by Bayern was very, very convincing. Just destroy Lazio.
Yeah.
Is there? I don't think there's much else to. I think much else to reveal than the fact that how would you rate Sané and I've forgotten the 17-year-old. Is it Marshala? Is it Marshala?
Musiala.
Yeah. How would you rate Sané and
Musiala.
Musiala and in terms of
Musiala.
form, etc.?
I rate Musiala very highly. I actually think he's had a better season than Sancho this season. And I think that goal that he scored was world class. He can even, for me, I always feel like this, like he's a potential Manchester United player. Like he could play for Manchester United because of the way he plays and just because of the way he, did well. But also for me personally,
just to correct you, lost going on 3-0 Lazio would mean Bayern would go through an away goals. Just so you're aware of that. Go on.
I'll answer that. Sane, he's incredible. I think he's been informed the past couple of games. He's had some really good confidence going into the past games. Against Frankfurt, I thought he was one of our best players in the second half. And this is a guy who's been struggling the first half of the season. So Musiala, from me, I think he's not like guaranteed to like be a starting 11 player. But what I will say is that Muller will be in that position just because of the experience. But Musiala can play games such as, like tomorrow we play against Cologne. Musiala can play that game. He can play against teams like BFL and so forth. That's where I think we could use him. So yeah. But yeah, it was a nice goal from him, and I think this really kickstart his career. I think he's a really good youngster. But yeah, Sane too. Confidence is growing, and I think once he hits his peak and his confidence grows, I think he'll be something really special, to be honest, for Bayern.
Fair enough. That's fair. Thanks, Core. Red Devil, just going back, just going back to what are we talking about? We're talking about Juventus. Yeah. Were you surprised that Juve lost to Porto? Is this Ronaldo's fault? Do Juventus come back?
I don't think it was necessarily just Ronaldo's fault. I think it's just going to be like one of those one-off games, if you get what I mean. But to be honest, it was one of those games that I watched, and Juventus did look like they were tired and they lacked energy, and then obviously the captain Chiellini got sent off, which is like a big blow for them. And then he'll miss the second leg, of course, but I don't think it was just Ronaldo's fault, to be honest.
Okay. Well, so do you blame the manager? Do you blame Pirlo? Is it because Pirlo was inexperienced?
To be honest, it was the whole team, and I just don't think Pirlo will be good enough for Juventus at this stage. I reckon he needs to manage a few more teams that are like lower and see if he can be good as a manager. But I don't think Juventus should be one for him straight away, and I don't think Juventus really need him because there's quite a lot of better managers out there than him at the minute. Like Frank Lampard, I would say he's quite better than him as. And like
let's check that. You think Frank Lampard's a better manager than Andre Pirlo?
Yeah, I generally do.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, given how much Lampard,
I agree.
Do you agree? Okay.
Yeah, man, he did a decent job at Derby. Chelsea was a bit, too big for his boots, but he's had 2 seasons now. He's got more experience.
He did get his coaching badges a lot earlier than Pirlo did. To be fair, so I still don't get. They hired the guy before he'd finished his badges. That for me just doesn't make sense. So at least having badges.
If they did that.
Yeah, I just don't
actually think if you think about it, look at the league comparisons. Premier League is a lot more hard and complex than Serie A, where there's only just one good team in Serie A. If that makes sense.
Which team is that though? Because it's not Juventus right now, is it?
You've got Inter. Inter are doing okay.
Okay. Abdullahi, thank you for joining us. You there?
How you doing?
Man,
I'm at work.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining in, bro, man. We're just talking about Juventus versus Porto. Do you blame? Who do you blame? Why did Juventus lose? Who do you blame for Abdullahi?
You see, Pirlo is like Lampard, but I won't call him Lampard really because he's inexperienced. But I think Ronaldo was brought in to win the Champions League, so that's where the problem is. How far can Pirlo go, and how far can he take Juventus? That's where the question needs to be with them, Juventus fans. How far can he take them into the Champions League? Because this year, if they're knocked out by Porto and they don't win the Scudetto, I think Pirlo will get sacked. He will surely get sacked. I believe he will get sacked. It depends on how long it can take them, how far it can take them go. It depends.
Now that you're here, actually, it's good that you arrived, Abdullahi, because we're going to actually just quickly move on and talk about. Sorry, 1 second. Good.
Red Devil.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're inside. Okay, yeah, I'll see it.
My stream was breaking a bit, but I think it's fine now.
It's out. Yeah, we're good.
I just want to say,
go on, man.
This result, I told you before this game, isn't a shocking result because Juventus are shit. And I just think that this game exposes how crap of a player Ronaldo is compared to Messi. The guy was completely shit, did nothing. No. Red Devil, I keep telling you, if Ronaldo doesn't score a penalty or a tap-in, he is very, very bad. He's a ghost. Did you see when he collided on a Juventus player? The guy is finished. When he dribbles, it looked like someone has put a stick in his bum or something. He is finished, man. The guy is finished. Oh the only thing he can do is score penalties and tap-ins. I keep saying, even Messi, they lost 4-1, but he was still pretty good in the first half. He should still influence the game. Ronaldo can't do nothing except scoring penalties and tap-ins. It has been the same in the whole Serie A season. When he doesn't score a goal, he's a complete ghost. A complete ghost when he doesn't score. And that's the difference. Someone can influence the game and Ronaldo just score tap-ins.
I mean, you could argue that this season. I mean, I think I agree with that. This season, it looks like it's a clear decline because in the Serie A it's not working, and in the Champions League it's not working. Last season, you could at least argue that against, I think it was Lyon he played, he at least scored 2 of the goals, so he at least contributed. But I can't say much to that, to be honest. He didn't have a good game against Juve, but I guess it wouldn't be Ronaldo if he didn't manage to score 2 goals or brace or hat trick to carry Juventus through to the quarterfinals. You just don't know, But yeah, he didn't have a great game. I agree. Does anyone have anything else to say about this Juventus game before I want to actually talk about Chelsea Atleti? Now that Abdullahi's here, does anyone have any thoughts on?
I want to go.
Go on, man.
Yeah. To be honest, I wasn't really surprised by this result because this was the first time that a player not Cristiano that scored in the knockout stage, which was Chiesa, and that's very concerning for a Juve team that that wants to win a Champions League sooner or later. So yeah, I think this result is telling that that this Juve board doesn't know what they're doing. The midfield was basically non-existent. They were barely given any service to Cristiano and Morata, who came on later. And I think that I do think that next leg is probably going to be Cristiano masterclass. I can just see it. I can really see it. But I think it's good that Porto is giving Juve a game. But yeah, that's all I got to say about this game.
I
Go on, LB. Thanks for joining, LB.
Oh, thanks, guys. Sorry for the delay. Just got big night.
No, you're good. You're good. Go on, man.
No, like I think bit of a sort of surprise result, and I think correct me if I'm wrong here. Dybala's injured, and he might be missing the rest of the season.
He was on the bench, but he didn't came on. I don't know if he's injured.
He's shit anyway.
Yeah. Oh, the last he hasn't been relevant since 2017. So
yeah, true.
Hasn't been relevant since he got like a team of the season on FIFA. Anyway, go on.
But overall, I think the result really surprised me. In the sense that I thought Juventus would comfortably take care of Porto. But look, we have a second leg to go, and I don't want to jump ship straight away.
I mean, come on, they've got the away goal. All they need is to score one goal.
That's right.
That's it.
2-1. Come to think of it, 2-1 is not a bad result for an away side at all. If anything, it's a good result. Yeah, they lost the game, but it's an away goal, as you said. Red Devil.
If they can't score at least one goal, against a problem side at home, then they shouldn't be in. And I agree with Ahmed that Ronaldo would have to be under review at least if he can't score at least a goal.
Red Devil under review
against his old teammate Pepe.
Why?
Against his old against old teammate Pepe, So, but I want to quickly, because I think just to quickly talk about this, especially because you're here. Chelsea, Simeone, man. I must confess, I don't know if anyone was. I thought that. I think I might have predicted a draw. I can't remember. I think I predicted 1-1 or something. So I didn't expect.
I predicted 3-0. Messi Mount kill my prediction. That guy needs to be inducted.
I can't believe he said 3-0.
Messi Mount spoiled my prediction. Not even Messi Mount, Timo Werner. Some clear chances should have put in the back of the net and game over.
We've accepted that Mason Mount is arguably one of the best players. But what I want to hear from you, Abdullahi, is like, is it that Chelsea played really well, or that Atletico Madrid were just awful?
I think both because I think Chelsea played really well and Atletico were awful. I did not believe Atletico could be this bad because people were like, take at the back. Like, okay, if you are playing take at the back, let's see more expansive football. My Lord in heaven. They were packing balls, packing train, packing everything. I was like seeing 6-3-1. I was like 6-3-1. What the hell is going on with Atletico? Everybody was just going back. So for me, and I keep asking myself, is it true that they're the top of the table in La Liga? If that team is top of the league in La Liga, there's a big problem. Real Madrid and Barcelona need to check themselves. What the hell is going on with them? If Atletico is they're the one top in the league, that's a big problem. That is a big, massive problem to the league entirely. Massive one. But kudos to the boys though. They pan it out. Kudos to them. They showed up, man. I was impressed. They showed up.
I just want to bring some comments from Questioneros because he did mention. So he said that if Chelsea won the first leg 2-1 or 3-2, that's much worse. 1-0 with only one away goal conceded isn't anything to pang about. Still well in the balance. And then he said with Simeone, I think Simeone wanted to limit the damage in the first leg given our leakage of goals lately and park the bus, I assume, like ultra defensive so that we're still in the tie come the second leg. And that's a fair point. I just don't know whether, but you still need to score goals. I just don't know whether Atleti will have to be prepared to do that when they obviously go to Stamford Bridge. Ahmed, what were your thoughts on this game? Were you surprised that Chelsea won it? I know you like Tuchel and what he's been doing. So do you think that it's been because of him?
I think this game, it was purely because this is one of the worst Atletico games I've seen this season, to be honest.
Okay.
And I agree with the guy in the comment. I was about to say it. Like, I think he went with such a defensive side just because they have been pretty poor in the league recently, and they had a lot of corona cases. I think Savic just came back, so he wanted to go basic and make sure that they don't concede any goals. But if it was the right approach or not, I don't know, because I feel like when they actually played ball, I think they were more dangerous than Chelsea when they actually keep going forward and playing football. I think they were more dangerous, but I think Chelsea fans are gassing too much. It was only a 1-0 game. The goal they got was from an Atletico player mistake. They touched it back to Jude. They didn't create really anything. They just had ball control. Ball position. So, and then there's another leg, and I really think Atletico will go through. I think they have realized that they need to go forward. Chelsea are easy to break up. Like, did you see Rudiger and Alonso like colliding and Suarez going through? Those kind of things can happen. So I think they will win the second leg, Atletico.
I mean, the only thing I would say is that do you think that? I mean, if Atletico Madrid's only attacking option is Suarez, not that Suarez is a good player, but Suarez is nowhere near as quick as he was beforehand. So, do you think that would be easy to defend against, especially when Chelsea play a back three, and that not be a disadvantage of Atletico Madrid?
If they play more offensively with Felix and Carrasco was out, I think this game. I think he's a good player. I think they can be dangerous because when I watched them in the league, they looked more expensive than this game. This game was very, very poor from them. So they are a very dangerous team.
But I mean, if they look more expansive against Chelsea, they could get beaten badly, because if you are open with the way Tuchel is playing, if you are very, very open with the way they are playing in La Liga, they could get beaten massively.
Abdullah, there's no Chelsea player that is dangerous. There's no Chelsea player you can say that this guy will hurt Atletico.
Like, Mason Mounts. Come on, we've established it.
I think you'll be. I think you're kind of being harsh to Chelsea. I watched the game and I thought Chelsea played really well, honestly.
I
know you're talking about that mistake from Rudiger and Alonso, but when I watched the full game, and I genuinely thought Chelsea defended fairly well. The three at the back suits them really, really good. Hudson-Odoi was fantastic. Mason Mount was actually really, really good that game. I think they didn't have loads of chances, but they had some decent chances. And to be honest, the team that was trying to actually win the game instead of parking trains, buses, and airplanes ended up winning the game, and fair play to them because they were actually trying to play football. So I give Chelsea a lot of credit, Tuchel especially.
I agree with you that Chelsea were the better team. I can accept that, but do you really think they had good chances? I honestly think Atletico Madrid had better chances than
I think we had
Chelsea.
better chances than Atletico. If you look at the Timo Werner chances in the first half, in which Mason Mount gave to him, the one Akinzai gave to him. So if Timo Werner was in form, that ball is going to the net. If it's in form, it's going in. I think the tie should have been around the first half, because Timo Werner wasn't clinical enough, and I can understand Timo Werner pace. That's all he have. So I can understand as a fan. Sometimes it's frustrating, but I can understand and I get it. So there are chances that was being created, but it wasn't put into the net.
But the thing is, Tuchel, I like him as a manager very much, and I think the system he plays makes it easier for the Chelsea player. But I don't think Chelsea have any qualities in their team up front, because if you watch the Premier League games, they struggle to score goals because the players aren't good enough. Like, they can't create chances in the Premier League. But Tuchel's system helps them with creating chances, help them with playing football. But players like Mount, Werner, who more? Reece James when he comes on. I don't think they're good enough to score goals for Chelsea right now.
Sorry, I'm just.
It'll be interesting because, like you said, Atletico have to attack. Yeah, Atletico have to attack now. So 100%. We'll see if that makes them a bit more exposed. And for me, I think Pulisic looked okay when he came on. Pulisic didn't look too bad. Ziyech, for me, what's happened to that guy?
I think
he got his couple assists in the Prem and just dipped.
Josh, I think under Lampard, he was playing way too many games. And when even Tuchel came, Tuchel was like, Hakim Ziyech is playing. He's on the verge of on a red zone that is playing way too much and too many matches, that when he keep playing this many matches, he's gonna be getting injured a lot. So he doesn't want him to be on the victim of him getting injured. That is why he's been protecting him. And the system he's playing doesn't really suit Hakim Ziyech enough. Because if
Yeah,
one
that
of
makes
them
sense.
to play back 4, but he's playing back 3, in which it doesn't suit Hakim Ziyech at the moment. That's the reason he's struggling, because he said he wants to ease him in the way he's easing N'Golo Kante into the team. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to start him too much, bring him in, make him have an impact, let him play, so let him get his confidence back and his match fitness. Then we can see the best of Hakim Ziyech.
Just
Makes
to
sense.
sorry, just look in the first 2 minutes where we actually put our pressure up high. Chelsea was suspect at the back, and then we decided to defend for 80 minutes. And then Alex B says Madrid derby next week will decide the league. That is a fair.
Ooh.
And I think what I will say from it, I mean, just before we move on, and I'll open the panel to this, guys, is that if Diego Simeone loses to Chelsea, so they get knocked out of the CL, and he bottles the Liga, having been so far ahead, and Real Madrid or even Barca, whoever wins it, should Diego Simeone resign? Because surely doing that has got to be one of the, I would argue, biggest bottle job in recent football history. Should he resign?
I don't. For me, I don't think if he loses to Chelsea, I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think he's gonna lose La Liga title. It will give his all out to win that La Liga if he loses to Chelsea, because he knows my job is on the line. If I do that, I am out of the job. He knows. So if he rally his player out and tell them we will lose to Chelsea, it's fine. We have to win that La Liga. They have no choice of that. They have to win that La Liga. This is the chance for them to win it. Madrid and Barcelona are real bad this year. This is their chance to win. If they bottle the La Liga,
Abdullah, Mason Mount is out for the second leg, so you guys aren't going through. Just be aware of that. Because
Mason Mount going out. I'm even happy that he's going out. I'm even happy.
Harvard's time.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Harvard's time.
We can see other players play. We can see Kai Havertz play. We can see Ziyech play. So I'm happy. Mason Mount is out.
The
yes,
German
good.
James Charles.
Now let's play with that. Let's play with that goat Mount. Let's play with that
Goat.
Wait, I have a question. Is Jorginho suspended?
Yeah, Jorginho is suspended. Yeah, he is.
I'm not joking. I think he's your best player.
Yeah, he is. But he's suspended. Jorginho and Mount is suspended for the second leg.
I think Jorginho is Chelsea's best player, easy. The way Tuchel wants to play, he's so important.
But we have
for
Conte though, so which I'm happy about. When
But
Conte
Abdullah,
comes in, I was happy when he came in. I was like, now.
But Abdullah, Conte can't pass the ball.
Yeah, that's the problem. But we have Kovacic though, which is kind of giving me happiness that Kovacic can break the press and pass the ball. I'm happy about that too. But we're gonna miss Jorginho, no doubt. We miss Jorginho because
Jorginho is not even better than Granit Xhaka. Anyway,
no, he's good. He's good. Didn't Chelsea do against Southampton this weekend without Jorginho?
Josh, stop that. You can't. There's a level to that. Stop.
Abdullah, didn't Chelsea draw?
We did without Jorginho.
I tell you, he's so important for people don't understand.
Xhaka, anyway, Jorginho's good, but. Anyway.
Atletico will come back. I predict 3-1, says Mr. Melon Overlords. Lost since there's a Timo Werner is.
It's not possible. The guy who put it at 3-1 is not possible because Thiago Silva will be back. I can guarantee you, we cannot concede 3 goals at the bridge. Silva will be back. That's guaranteed. That's guaranteed.
Shout out to Blue. Blue, you can come on if you're listening. Yep, you can. Sorry, go on. LB, were you speaking? Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, I think just overall with the game and looking forward to the second leg, it's really interesting because we're so used to having Atletico 1 goal ahead and not really trailing. Whereas on this occasion, it's sort of like the opposite, where they have to do the attacking and actually score the goal and not defend. So I think on this occasion, I can't really see Atletico scoring 3 goals scoring 3 goals against Chelsea. I'm going to predict a 1-0 score line for the second leg, and we'll probably go to extra time and perhaps even penalties. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
Well, Wada says all Simeone has to do is copy what Oli does versus Chelsea on Sunday. Well, we are doing a preview. I'm not particularly hopeful because of injuries, and Tuchel is a better manager than Oli. Although obviously Oli has beaten him twice against a much superior team. But Yeah.
Relax.
Tahith Chong in Paris. But yeah, I mean, that is something. If Ole does somehow manage to beat to the Stamford Bridge, Simeone can obviously look at that potential as a blueprint and take it from there. Loskin, I was hearing Kovacic is the press resistant dude. I saw him lose the ball 2/3 in the first leg. So just before we move on from Chelsea Atletico Madrid, just quickly, do you see Chelsea? Does everyone here see Chelsea going through, or do you think that Atletico Madrid are going to get the double at Stamford Bridge?
Of course,
Should I
Semi's
go
the
first?
minimum. Semi's the minimum.
So I'll go for everyone first. First one. So Abdullahi, Chelsea or Atleti?
I think we have the advantage of going for because we are two, and we're gonna have apart from Messi, Mount, and Matthew Kovac, Jorginho not playing. All the scores everybody is fully fit apart from those two that are suspended. People doesn't understand something. Thiago Silva is our best player this year, not even Messi Mount. It has been our best signing this year. It's gonna be fully fit against Atletico Madrid, so I can guarantee Atletico is not even scoring 3 goals, neither 2 goals. So that's not possible. I can put anything there. They are not scoring that goals. That's how confident I am in Thiago Silva. We're probably going through.
Okay, Ahmed, Chelsea Atleti.
Without Jorginho, I think Atletico have a good chance. So I would say they will win.
Josh, Chelsea Atleti.
I want Chelsea to win, so I'm going with Chelsea. Just support the English clubs.
LB?
Like I said before, I think it'll be 1-0 full time and maybe on the roll of the dice, extra time in penalties. I'll go with Atletico.
Damien?
Of course, Chelsea's going through. It's Semi's minimum and treble minimum. They're still in the 3 competition. So
if Chelsea win the Champions League, I'm
never going to hear the end of this on HH.
If Chelsea win the Champions League, I'm not even going to be. I'm not. If Ahmed said he's not going to be around, I'm not going to be around at all. I won't be on Twitter. There won't be anything. It's going to be unbearable in their fans.
Red Devil, I love the Mo, by the way.
Red Devils, it will be fine. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You will not be able to contain the change, but you'll be fine with me. You'll be fine. It just is gonna go. It will gone mad. So
he'll go more than mad. Actually,
pop bottles. Pop bottles.
He'll pop bottles. He'll be popping a lot. I'm genuinely concerned for him now because it just be
popping bottles, popping whiskeys, popping everything.
Red Devil Lab man. Chelsea or Atleti?
I think Atletico Madrid are going to win, but I think Chelsea are going to just try and get that goal and just go defensive. But I do think Atletico Madrid will win.
Nothing. 1-0 Atletico win. Goes extra time. Atletico win on penalties. Mount misses with the penalty saved. If that happens.
Mount is not playing in the second leg.
Mount is suspended anyway. It's not going to happen anyway. Yeah, that's true. So it'd be great if it did happen, but it's not. Let's quickly move on. So still quite a thing to go into, and I just want to quickly touch on this. And this obviously happened this week. Madrid survived Atalanta. Before we go into it, was it a red card? Was it harsh?
Never.
For me, I kind of think it was a red card for me.
No, come on, guys. This is again proof that Zidane. This is proof that Zidane gets luck in the Champions League, man. This is proof. I'm telling you guys, this guy against Bayern Munich, against Juventus, getting luck all the time. That's never a red card. Mendy was going. He was not going for the goal. If you watch the replays, he was going to the sides, and then he got tackled. So for me, it's never a red card. And there were another Atalanta player pretty deep. So I would never give that a red card in my opinion. Never a red card.
Does everyone
a clear yellow in my opinion.
Does everyone agree with Ahmed, or do you think that Damon? You say it was you don't think it was you think it was a red card?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I thought it was harsh at first, but when I was looking back on it, I feel like, I think it was a goal scoring opportunity in my opinion. But we can argue this all we want, but it's down to the referees perception on what a red is to them. So we can argue all we want, but it's down to the referee's decision.
But does anyone else? Does everyone generally think that, or does anyone? So I'm getting
it's corrupt, man. It's corrupt. They always do this to Real Madrid and Barcelona, man. They just give them. I don't know if they pay the referees
for years
or.
on end.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's speaking facts. He's speaking facts.
I mean, it's just. I'm not even like.
How
I'm
many
not a
CEOs in the
conspiracy
last
theorist,
decade for La Liga? What that?
It's just
4
crazy, man.
CEOs.
Like, and with this, it's happened before. It wasn't, I mean, it was. Could you if you look at Mendy's touch, his touch was taken away from goal. So is that a clear goal scoring opportunity if the ball's going away from goal on his first touch? And I feel like there was a player on the right covering. And do you know what's crazy? It didn't even look like he checked VAR. He just gave the red.
He didn't. I don't think.
No, he didn't.
That's what surprised me.
He sent him off.
Yeah.
I thought that they usually
that's what makes it even more dubious.
Because usually for red cards,
go on.
No, just saying. Usually for red cards, they usually check. So I was surprised that he set the red. Like, yeah, okay, that's it. But sorry, go on.
And anytime that fraud Peter Walton agrees with a decision on BT Sports, that's when you know that the decision was wrong. I can't stand that guy. I think he must be paid just to talk shite. Honestly, he talks absolute nonsense. I can't believe he was a referee. I can't. Well, actually, I can because Premier League's corrupt. But anyway, but it's just. I can't believe it when they just give spur of the moment. You have to make sure that you're 100%. He didn't check VAR. He gave the red straight away. So even if they did check, it probably wouldn't be a clear and obvious error. So he's covered his back anyway. I just hate when games are ruined like that. And fair play to Atalanta, to be honest, to keeping it 1-0. They kept themselves in a tie.
Yeah,
and to be honest, when all their players were on, they looked good. Zapata looked good. Ilicic came off the bench later.
What happened? I mean, does anyone know? Like, what was the deal with Ilicic? What happened? Like, he didn't start, then he came on, then he was subbed again. Can someone explain to me what the deal is with that?
When I watched the game, he was just shit. Like every time he got the ball, he lost it. No, it was true. Like every time he got the ball, he lost it, making wrong passes. So I just think they wanted a more pacey guy up front.
Okay,
right.
That's the only way I can see
enough.
it.
I thought he was getting PTSD again from some. Near last time, so.
So, just for general thoughts. Just general thoughts. So shout out to Rasmus, by the way, Rasmus fan. Thank you for joining the chat as well. Krishna says that Atalanta 10 men were more dangerous, but it says Kroos, Casemiro, Modric controlled.
I don't know about that.
I mean, is this game over, or do you think that like Atalanta will be dangerous in the second leg? Because to be honest, this game was quite boring. I tuned it out.
Boring.
No, I think the problem is I don't know if Sergio Ramos and Benzema will be back in the second leg. If those two are back in the second leg, man, it's gonna be a long day for Atalanta. Long one. Second leg.
To be honest, even okay, yeah, I get Ramos and Benzema important, but I would have still thought that with 11 players, that Real Madrid should have, taken Atalanta to score. The fact that they didn't, and to be honest, the goal was lucky. It was lucky. Good finish by Mendy though, but it was lucky. So
Red Devil, yeah.
If
there's ever a time to draw Real Madrid, it's this season, or maybe even last season. They're rebuilding. A lot of their players from that, great era they had are sort of the best is past them. So it's not beyond Atalanta. And I think, a 1-goal deficit, they shouldn't be fazed by that.
And the most ridiculous thing was like the red card happened in the beginning. They played like 80% of that game.
Yeah.
With 10 men. How is HH giving Zidane so much praise? I don't understand. What did Zidane do?
I've looked at it.
He's a man of agendas.
I've looked at the incident again, that Atalanta incident, and for me, it's a little bit harsh because the use of a VR is when something is wrong, they have to check it. I do not know if the referee go to the VR or it did not go because that card looked suspect to me. Looked very suspect. I was like, if you are giving a red
Thank
card
you.
for this man, you gotta check the VR to see if I'm
Right?
making the right call or making the wrong call. For me, it looks suspect for me, but for me, I don't think it's a red card. But is it a goal scoring opportunity? Probably yes. But does it warrant a red card? I don't think so. Because there's a defender covering up for the last guy. It's not even the last person. There's someone
Abdullahi.
already covering up for him.
Abdullahi, you can't have one without the other. If it's a goal scoring opportunity, it's a red card, isn't it?
It's a red card, but it
Well,
looks harsh for me, though. It looks very harsh.
The thing is that like if it's weird because if he'd done it inside, from what I understand about the law, if he'd done it inside the box, it would have been a penalty and a yellow card. So, but because it was outside the box and it was in court last man, it's the whole double jeopardy thing. So you either give a red card or you let him go into the box, you do it, and then you get a yellow card, but you also get a penalty.
Mm.
You know the most
No one's
annoying
gonna
part
think
of
of
it. You know the most annoying part. Casemiro was on yellow card. He should have been given a second yellow and get the hell out of that team. He should have been given a second yellow.
Casemiro is one of the luckiest players.
If Atlanta was given a red card, then Real Madrid should be given another red card too. Because Casemiro was very lucky to be on that pitch. He was very, very lucky.
I agree. There was one challenge he made towards the end where you're like, he really should have been gotten a yellow card. And it was like, if this was, I can't remember where he made the challenge, but it was like, if he made the challenge in the box, it would have been a penalty. So why he didn't give it, because he was influenced because he had a yellow card, I'm not entirely sure.
No, I think it was one because it was diving in the
yeah, it was a dive in the box. Yes, right. So I'm saying, it's like, is it because he didn't give him the second yellow because the referee knew he was ready on a yellow? And you don't see many referees give a second yellow for diving.
Nah, the thing is, if you're Casemiro, you just don't get sent off. That's all.
Yeah. The Real Madrid agenda again. I mean, assuming Atalanta stay with 11 men at Madrid, we don't also not we play the Bernabeu. Do you think that Atalanta have a chance to win this game? What people's thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I think they still have a chance if they can keep 11 men on the ground. As I said before, this is the time that you want to be playing Real Madrid when they're rebuilding from the great era they had with Cristiano and Cruz, Casemiro, Ramos. They're not the same players they were 3-4 seasons ago. So I think it's not beyond Atalanta. They just have to be mindful of not getting a player sent off. Score one goal, keep them goalless, maybe even take it to extra time, even put 2 goals past Real Madrid.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, Atalanta, I think it's actually a pretty good result, only losing 1-0, because when they are having a bad game, they lose by a lot of goals. And they don't have a problem with scoring goals. They can score goals for fun. That's a interesting thing with Atalanta. If they win a game, they usually win it high scoring. And they being the away team, I think they have a good chance of going through.
Well, someone said their away form, I think they've been undefeated. I think they've won all of their away games in the Champions League. So they won at Anfield. They won. I can't remember the other 2 that were in Liverpool's group. So
Ajax, I think.
Ajax, yes, they won all it. So if anything, they are stronger away from at home.
And is the second leg in the Bernabeu or is it neutral?
It's in there. It's not in the Bernabeu. It's in there. De Stefano.
No,
it's in like the B team.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if it was the Bernabeu, then you'd give Atalanta every chance to beat them at the Bernabeu, beat Real Madrid.
I don't think Real Madrid has played in the Bernabeu for a while. I think they're changing or something.
Yeah,
they're renovating.
The redevelopment. Yeah. Totally forgot about that.
Does anyone have any other thoughts on Atalanta versus Real Madrid? No. Okay. So Rasmus says the God will be right now. I'd love to see. Oh yeah, Zlatan. Obviously, well, we're going to come to that in a second, actually. So I do want to have a conversation. Maybe we'll summarize the end of Mbappe versus Haaland, but I want to kind of probably end with that. So let's just quickly review some, in the lesser competition in Europe. The two.
Right, Devils, are you going to talk about the transfer rumor or not?
Oh. Am I going to talk about what, Abdullahi?
The transfer rumor or not?
Which transfer rumor?
Some club are kind of getting players in and out of the team and everything, or you just want to speak about the Champions League or the EPL?
Yeah, we'll just be talking Champions League, Europa League review, but we can bring it up like towards the end actually if there's something specific. Josh, just because you're here, let's quickly just review what happened with Arsenal. Arsenal survived benfica.
How's the theme go? It's beautiful. That was a beautiful rendition as well. Anyway, sorry, Red Devil.
What happened? Because you seemed like you were clear, and then you almost bricked it. But for, I think, to be honest, Bukayo Saka, who looks like a solid player, and he's been carrying Arsenal this season. And now you're obviously being drawn up against Olympiacos. Is it time for Arteta to go, or is this just what is acceptable for Arsenal Football Club right now?
Yeah, man. No player, not just teenager, no player has got more assists than Bukayo Saka since the start of Europa League last season, which is, the kid's 19. When we talk of you can arguably call this kid generational because, look at the team he's in. This kid has been carrying this washed up Arsenal team on his back. He's played most matches. He started the season at left wing back, and he recorded how many assists. The kid's phenomenal. God's child, Bukayo Saka, and he's just, I don't know, man. I've got nothing but praise. However, it really, really, really annoyed me how some Arsenal fans and also the Arsenal Arteta and the staff celebrated that win, because this Benfica team is not a good Benfica team. Benfica are what, 4th or 5th in the Liga NOS right now. Rangers should have beat them twice, but Rangers put how many goals past them? They've got freaking Otamendi in the defense. Any team that has Otamendi in their defense, you should be putting at least.
Wasn't it? Otamendi
Vertonghen and Grimaldo's good. Grimaldo's a solid player, actually. I like him. But the rest, come on, man. Like this game should have been put to bed in the first tie. Aubameyang, fair play to him for rectifying his wrongs. But he had his chance in the first leg. Should have put that away. Arteta keeps consistent with playing Smith Rowe and Odegaard at the same time. I have no idea why, because they're like similar players. Pepe, as soon as Pepe started getting form, he had 3 goals, 3 goals and assist in 3 games in the Premier League, and Arteta just decides to stop playing him. Lacazette, and this was actually the game for Aubameyang because of the Benfica played at a high line, but this guy, decides to bench Lacazette for 3 or 4 games, and when Lacazette was our top scorer, and just the way they celebrated, it was more relief than like we just progressed to the round of 16, because Arteta low-key butchered that. If it wasn't for Bukayo Saka, we'd be out and he'd be out of a job. Bukayo Saka and Smith Rowe have literally bailed this guy out. We were 11th or whatever. In comes Smith Rowe, benches Willian. We needed that number 10. Arsenal have always played with a number 10 for as long as that I've been supporting this club. I don't remember us not playing without a number 10. And if it was Roy Keane, he'd be saying bit over the top because we didn't win anything. We just progressed round of 16. This is Europa League. It's not Champions League. It should be semi-final minimum, And I just feel like we have this small club mentality. Like I still feel like just the way Pep was talking about Arteta, as if he's some beta male, like as if he's some cuck. Like it just annoys me. And
Are you,
I
are
mean
you being
the fact.
yes, Josh?
Sorry.
No,
The
go on.
fact that
Go on.
the fact that we drew Olympiacos, I'm actually that's the team I didn't want. I'm not kidding you. That's the only team I didn't want.
Poetic justice, isn't it? As soon as that happened, I knew that United were going to draw AC Milan, which we'll talk about later.
To be honest, I expect you to beat AC Milan after they struggled against who
Red Star.
they play.
Red
Yeah,
Star.
like come on, man. Isn't that a beer? Like,
I think it is.
like, come on, man. Just oh no, it's Red Stripe. Anyway, but you know, just I just don't like the way like Arsenal fans were set. Like I'm glad that rival fans banded us because we were celebrating that as if we'd won something or as if that was the Champions League. Like this is what this club's come to. These guys, these cult fans who are happy that Arteta's, you know, he put cones out for Pep, so he must be Pep's region. No, that's not how it works. He's inexperienced. He won the FA Cup, but Wigan won the FA Cup and got relegated. What does an FA Cup mean in this day and age? Okay, it's a trophy, but go on, bro.
To be fair, Josh, FA Cup means a lot to Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's so,
times,
why did he rest players for the Premier League? You remember?
Yeah.
He put out a weakened side, and then when we played Southampton in the league, which we won, which I mean, you can say was a quote unquote tactical masterclass, but no, you disrespected the FA Cup and prioritized the league, which makes no sense because we're not going to get to top four anyway.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I think
it was just an Arsene Wenger thing.
Right. I'm just sick. I'm just sick of the cults, this Arteta cult following. I'm not one of those who's Arteta out. You know, I don't want any manager to necessarily be sacked, but I'm definitely not Arteta in. Let's just say. But we move.
Right.
We move.
Well, I'm glad you got that out of your chest, George. Does anyone else on?
I want to go.
That was like a therapy session.
It was. Damien, what your thoughts?
Chest.
Yeah, this is like the most important game for Arsenal season. If they would have lost this, then it would have been bad. If they would have lost this game, it would have been the end of their season. So,
well, I mean, are they gonna even win? Are they gonna win the Europa League? They're not exactly favorites, are they?
Definitely not. They're probably not one of the favorites. If they are in your eyes, then you're probably an Arsenal fan, being hopeful. But I feel like, you know, this game, I feel like people should give more praise to Kieran Tierney. I thought he was actually, you know, one of their best players on the day, especially with that goal that he took. I feel like he's quite underrated as a left back. People talk about, you know, Furlan Mendy, Theo Hernandez, all of these left backs will never give, you know, Kieran Tierney enough recognition. And also for, you know, Saka, one of my favorite players to watch in the Premier League. And the only reason I watch, you know, Arsenal in the Premier League is because of him. So, you know, it was a big win for Arsenal, but, you know, I feel like Arsenal fans, you know, especially AFTV, you know, kind of is like acting like this was like
Troops.
it was like acting like this was like a Premier League, you know, title win. But, you know, I guess everyone has different reactions to, you know, winning games, I guess.
Everyone has different reactions to winning games. I mean, Troops and DT are the same people that were complaining about fifth place finishes and getting knocked out to Atletico Madrid in the semis under Arsene. Now you're celebrating 11 and round of 32, you know. So it's, you know, you got to.
I wonder how Claude and Ty's going. Claude and Ty, how they're going.
Well, Ty is blaming refs. Claude, I don't think Claude is on AFTV anymore. I think there was an issue with something.
Oh, racism.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ty is just different. I don't know. I don't know what you say to Ty, to be honest.
He's on another planet.
He's a strange man, to say the least.
This is the problem. This is the problem with us now. I was the Europa League, and I was smiling. Like, if see, this is where the issue is gonna be. This is where Arsenal gonna get exposed. If Bukayo Saka gets injured for like a whole season, Arsenal is fucked up. They are legit fucked up. That guy has been the one carrying Arsenal, my Lord in heaven. I don't know how long this guy's gonna keep carrying Arsenal. I don't know how long he's gonna carry them. If this guy gets injured, if he gets injured in Arsenal, it's completely over. It is. Because if you look at his goal contribution and his output in Arsenal, he's massively the best player in that Arsenal team, ahead of their captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That is bad. That is so bad. I cannot believe Bukayo Saka is the best player in Arsenal Football Club, ahead of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That's bad. That's so bad. And for the Europa League, it's tough, but I think I can understand Arsenal fans celebrating Europa League stuff, but they need to chill. This is way too much. It's like I don't know how to put it now. It's like when you're in Africa now, when we win like the African Cup of Nations, it looks like we won the World Cup for the very first time in the entire world football. That's how it looks in Arsenal.
Well, even to be honest, even the African Cup of Nations or any like national thing, I would get that because that's like that's a national tournament and it's still quite competitive with the region. So I think you get that, and that's winning a tournament at least. This is winning a tournament. I'd even understand it if they celebrated getting even to the semi-final or to the final. But this is the round of 32 against a team that they should beat. You know, so I think the equivalent would be like England celebrating a win over Andorra. Yeah. You know, in the qualifier, you'd be like, yeah, okay, you came back against Andorra, but really you were expected to win it, and it's not, and it's qualifiers. It's not the actual main tournament, you know. So
to be fair to Arsenal and Josh Josh has left, but I think they're that desperate to get into the Champions League. They've missed out for the last 4 or 5 seasons. That, you know, beating anyone in the Europa League is a step closer to getting into the Champions League for them. So they're celebrating so hard. I think that's just their theory.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to make top 4 in the Premier League this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see.
Maybe conference.
UK Dolphins.
This is my second channel.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. Adam, are you wanting on, or did you want me to? Did you want to pass on a message? I can't remember.
Oh no, I'll come on for a bit.
Okay. Cool. Okay. No worries. Let's quickly just we're rounding up because I know we're 1.5 hours in. Obviously, people got to head off and do stuff. So, just quick thoughts, guys. Obviously, I've posted a video on my channel about United drawing Milan, and how this whole drawing system is just rigged because I don't understand how United keep on getting hard draws. We've got a difficult draw to start off with in the Champions League with Leipzig and PSG. We get difficult draws domestically, like facing Liverpool in the 4th round, you know, somehow. And then we get like Everton and City and what have you in Carabao's. We get our first round of 32 game against Sociedad team, who when we were drawn the team, were first in the Liga. And then we get drawn against AC Milan. So I don't really understand why we always have to have difficult ties. But as a quick, just to sort of go through, because I just want to end with like talking about Mbappe and Haaland. Who's the favourites going into this, United or Milan? Abdullahi first.
I say AC Milan. The reason I say AC Milan is because I look at United playing. United look so suspect when they play. Apart from Bruno Fernandes and maybe on his day, Marcus Rashford on his day, I think the other players doesn't really, they're like below par in the way I look at United at the moment. So I think AC Milan want to prove a point that yes, we know we can win the Scudetto, but this is a chance for us to go through the UEFA Europa League and win it. And with Ibrahimovic playing, you can't write him off. It's 39 years of age, but Ibrahimovic can score from anywhere. He can score goals from anywhere. And him He's an impact in any team he goes to. The resurgence he has been given to AC Milan team, that AC Milan team, like the resurgence he has been given to that team, is second to none. So Ibrahimovic going to that AC Milan and facing off against his former team in United, want to prove it and tell them that this AC Milan team can win something with me. We have a very long, like a very future team in us. We can do something actually in Europe, because Ibrahimovic has been criticized a lot in Europe, but he hasn't won anything in Europe. But him winning the Europa League is a plus, because he can tell people and say, yes, I won the Europa League with AC Milan.
He's already won the Europa League, though. He won the Europa League with Manchester United.
Yeah, he does. But he was injured, though. Now it's fully fit.
He was injured for the semi-final and the final. Like, it wasn't like it was like he still was he still was part of the squad. So he's still a Europa League winner. But I understand the point.
So him facing up against United is gonna be like a big motivation for him as a player. So he wants to prove it and tell the whole world, yes, my name is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. If you guys forget me, I don't forget myself. So for me, I think I'm gonna edge it a little bit to AC Milan for me. And I want to see Fikayo Tomori like fully. I want to see that guy play. I've been watching some clips with a little bit of AC Milan, but I want to see him fully play against Rashford, Bruno, those players who are fast, who are like good on the counter-attacking team. Yeah, I want to see Fikayo Tomori play against those teams. I want to see how good of a defender that guy can actually be.
Fair enough. LB, AC Milan, Madrid. Sorry, AC Milan, United. Madrid.
Yeah.
Talking about
I think it's going to be a very, very good game, because both teams are, I think, are second on the ladder in their respective leagues. As for the game itself, I think if Zlatan fires, Milan should get the job done. But I'm hoping for United's sake and for myself, being a United supporter, that United win. But I don't know. I think it'll be a very good game, though. Very even. Hopefully United 2-1.
Damien, your thoughts? Who's the favourites, United or Milan?
For me, I think it's Man U. I just think the squad, it's quite, it's a deep squad. And Milan, they have been struggling with some injuries in the squad. Ibra, getting injured about like halfway. I can't remember his name, but like Rebic, players like that. So Milan are going into this game with like a fully fit squad. I think if they were, then I think it would be a better chance for Milan. But I just think that Man U they're gonna make it to another semi, and who knows if Oli is gonna bottle it again. But I just feel like United is gonna make another deep run, and who knows if they're gonna possibly win it.
Who knows? That is the question. Who knows? UK Dolphins. I know it's your second channel. Adam. So I know it's you, Adam. Adam, who's favourites, AC Milan or United?
It's hard. I'm gonna go United. I'm just annoyed that we got AC Milan. Like, I'm pretty sure they just hate us at this point, and they're like, we just need to give them the. The only thing that scares me is this: Zlatan versus Maguire. That is like the nightmare of all.
I'd suspect that if he's fit, Eric Bailly will play in the Europa League. So I don't. So that was my only thing with it, is that ironically enough, I would love Eric Bailly to play in the Premier League, but I suspect that he'll be playing in the Europa League during these games.
I don't think United should take. I don't think United should take this game lightly. Obviously, because of the way AC Milan. So for this, I know don't start Diallo or Shaw tire, because this is big, man. I mean, if Oli realistically wants a new contract, he's got to get a trophy at least. And the Europa League, in my opinion, is the best chance to do that, because we've got Leicester in the FA Cup, and you never know.
Well,
The-
Leicester got
the
knocked
only
out
problem-
of Prague, unfortunately. So that was probably
The only problem with United, in my opinion, is that there's three guys, and if them three guys don't play well, then we can't win. It's Fernandes, Rashford, and Cavani. Because I'm assuming Cavani will be back by then.
possibly. Yep, I think that the injury. I'm going to be posting an injury update video, but I think Ollie was quite coy on.
Please, I don't want to see Martial play, man. But yeah, if them three, aren't pulling the strings, then it's going to be very difficult. Let's just see what happens. I mean, obviously, I'm still going to say United. I just think, AC Milan recently have been a bit shaky. But, Stefano Pioli's a good coach, and AC Milan, they are scary.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Mo Rodder says United have a lot of injuries as well, which I do agree with. Although, take it, Adam. Although, like I said, I think Cavani, McTominay, and Van der Beek possible returnees against Chelsea. Maybe we're still holding out on that. I think Ollie's
I had only said Cavani and then McTominay is out.
Okay.
For the Chelsea match.
Okay.
I had to say it.
Okay. So then it might be McTominay. That's close space. That's what it might be. Red Devil Lab says just Dallo can't play and he's a big part in the squad. And that is true. Obviously, Diego Dallo is on loan from AC Milan, so he's not going to be there. So that'll be a big miss. Rashford, why hasn't he played well for the past month? I wouldn't say that. Although we can have a conversation about that. Okay, just lastly, and we'll just a quick conversation about it as we round up. And it's simply Mbappe versus Haaland. I'm just going to ask a simple question, guys. Who do you think is the better player now? And who do you think will be the better player next season?
Whatever, I think. Okay, you want to go first or should I go first?
No, Abdullah, you go.
Okay, I think it depends on where Kylian Mbappe goes and where Haaland goes, because I think Mbappe will probably stay in PSG for like one more season to see how things pans out, and I think Haaland will probably leave Dortmund. It depends on where Haaland goes to. If Haaland goes to like maybe, let's say, because with the kind of news we're hearing, Chelsea wants to pay stupid and ridiculous money for Haaland, and that is why I'm being skeptical as a Chelsea fan. Like, why are we paying record signing for her? I know Haaland is good, but paying record signing for him, and if he flop, it's gonna be a slap on all Chelsea fans' face, especially me as a fans.
You spent 100 million on Havertz. I mean, that should be a slap already.
Borussia Dortmund wants to collect 150 million for Erling Haaland. That's bad. That's way too much for me. I'm not saying it's gonna be a flop, but I have this skeptic in my mind that what if it become a flop? That's gonna be my problem. But if let's say it goes to Chelsea and he perform, then I can see him outperforming Kylian Mbappe, depending on how Mbappe perform both in Europe and both in the league. For me, so overall, I think I'm gonna give for Kylian Mbappe because he has that experience and he has played he has played in Europe a lot and he has that kind of attribute as a player for me. Another thing is to develop his game, but I think Kylian Mbappe will improve because he has a better manager now in Mauricio Pochettino for me. So I think I'm gonna slide it to Kylian Mbappe for me.
Okay, fine. LB, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Mbappe for me. This season has been a better player. I think he's just done really well with his new coach, and even up until now, I would say that Mbappe has had by far the better career. And to sort of compare these two players, I think, in my opinion, it's madness because, with all due respect, Haaland is a good player and he's coming through the ranks, but Mbappe is just on a whole new level, and like what Abdullahi was alluding to, I think Mbappe has to stay with PSG at least for 1-2 seasons because they've passed that round of 16 curse. So they made the final last year, and I think they're going to go a long way into making the final against this year as well. So I think Mbappe should stay, and I think he's going to have the better season, or the rest of this season he's going to be better than Haaland.
I mean, I'll play devil's advocate. In fairness to Haaland, even though I agree with what people are saying, in that Haaland is playing in a arguably worse team with a worse coach. You know, on the one hand, you've got PSG, you've got Verratti, you've got Neymar, they've got Marquinhos, they've got Navas. And on the other hand, you've got a Dortmund team that have Sancho, who's okay, he's playing enough, but have got Matt Hummels in defense, Zagadou, you know, Bellingham, who is you know, they don't, and they have a manager who was basically an he was basically, I think, the ex-assistant manager at West Ham. You know, so the fact that, like, numbers wise, I think someone said that Haaland, I think he scored like in the Bundesliga and the Champions League, he has more goals than appearances. That's insane, in my opinion. Anyway, the fact that right now is like he's got more goals in the Champions League and in the Bundesliga than he has appearances in both. I think it's something like he's had in the Bundesliga 42 appearances, 44 goals, or something like that. Is it incredible for a player who's in a team, and I think Korsback of us, when he's obviously just sort of come into a team? So that's what I would give in Haaland's defense, to be fair. Like, and we've seen sometimes with Mbappe when certain players are not there, he can struggle. So, like, if Neymar or Verratti or so on.
Yeah, no. I think okay, you're right to some extent, but let's be honest here, bro. Mbappe literally took down a Barcelona side who is known for always passing the round of 16s. They always go through. Sorry. They always go through the it's my walkie-talkie, sorry. They always go through the round of 16. So, but if you look at Haaland and Dortmund, like, bro, like, let's be honest here, bro. Like, bro, you have to leave, man. You have to leave because this Dortmund team is trash. Like, and the thing is, like, what Haaland should think about is there's no guarantee that you're gonna win a trophy in Dortmund just because Marco Rose comes. And also, the other question Haaland should ask himself is, what players is Marco Rose gonna surround Haaland with? You know what I'm trying to say? Because if Dortmund just give Haaland kids, they're not going anywhere. They're not winning anything. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, this is the problem with Dortmund. I give Haaland credit, but what I will say is this: I think Mbappe is better because, again, I think Mbappe is the one to take over from Messi and CR7. I think what he does in terms of big games, we saw it against Argentina in France. We saw it against Barcelona. This guy is really good, you know, and he's not like Haaland where, you know, in these kind of games, such as games against Cologne, like, he's non-existent. Haaland was non-existent against Stuttgart. He was non-existent against Cologne. I just think that
Mbappe
for
was
me,
non-existent against Nice, and PSG.
no, he was no, he was not. No. But the thing is, he was non-existent. But the thing is, Mbappe scored against Barcelona. He actually put in a big performance in a big crucial Champions League game. You know what I'm trying to say? And people don't give him credit for that. But that's what I'm saying is, for me personally, I think Mbappe is better. And I think Haaland needs to really think about this closely. If he wants to stay in Dortmund, are you okay with not winning anything and just being around kids? Like, you know, that's the thing, because Dortmund is really trash. Like, bro, they're 36 points.
You're
Frankfurt lost again.
BD. You're cussing your own.
No more BD. No more BD. I'm being honest here. I see the lie. Look, 36 points, bro. 36 points off of flipping Bayern. And they're not even close enough. And the thing, too, is Frankfurt, all right, of all people, is fourth. That should not be happening if you're such a good team. You know what I'm trying to say? So, again, man, I just really think Haaland should move this summer, because if you look at everything combined and the situation and the circumstance and money wise, like it's just better to leave right now.
BD, are you still a Dortmund fan?
He's
No,
buying.
I'm buying.
It's
Yeah,
core.
buying.
It's core.
It's core.
No, I'm Muller. I'm Muller fan. I'm Muller fan. That's what I am.
Muller fan.
Muller
Muller fan.
Muller.
Muller fan. Let me quickly just read a
The
few
man
comments.
literally signed a 10-year contract with Bayern. I can understand.
I see in the next few weeks Red Devil Shorter doing a man of simple X Factor. I will play some against well, hopefully, and they'll get some game time. But I'm not sure about Ollie, giving them that. Red Devil, it depends really because they play this Mbappe and Haaland, different style plays, and look who Mbappe has around him a lot better than Haaland, which is what I was saying. Beef Bully says Mbappe and Haaland is like Messi, but nowhere near numbers. As well as looking Mbappe does the Maxim when Haaland has Guerrero, which is rubbish, and Di Maria and Sancho. Well, I mean, Sancho's is having an okay season. It's picking it up a bit now. But they'll still do. Would it not be mad, my excellent tie if Haaland and Mbappe met in the quarterfinals this year? I really hope it does happen. Well, that is possible.
That'd be awesome.
Dortmund PSG. I would still peg PSG to win it because PSG's defense is better than in Dortmund's. It's as simple as that, really. Dortmund's defense is just bad.
I think it's just more for the Mbappe Haaland contest than anything. Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot of kind of excitement, enthusiasm, and hype.
Yeah.
So to sort of span off the next generation. So we're going to head off now. I know Abdullah says he's going to have to head off, but thanks everyone so much for watching. Really appreciate you coming on. If you're new to the channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, X, and smash that notification button for latest United Premier League news. Stay tuned. We are trying to do this weekly. Fridays, UK time, 9 p.m. We'll be doing our Chelsea preview tomorrow evening as well. Have a nice day, everyone, and cheers.
Thanks, guys.